if I have that in mind, I'll give you a good example would be if I were to dash you from all the way over here, and I know you're just gonna jump and then try to counter dash me, right? I can just block right here and wait on you to do it, and then mash you after you do it, right? That's just one
Out of
example.
here. I got him. He thought he was gonna beat the
Does that
best.
make
I'm the
sense?
best in
Bring shut
Naruto.
up.
No
I'm
one
about to
beats
mute you,
me.
nigga.
But yeah, I'm about to mute him too. So
Shut up,
one
mute
thing,
me.
nigga, you're muted. One thing, Delay taught me was like when you're anticipating that and like someone's doing it too often, like stopping, you can pressure them back.
Yeah, you can just start mashing.
Yeah,
If someone stops on your guard a lot, you can just mash them.
yeah,
That's a good because they're gonna be like blocking, right? So if someone's
yeah,
like constantly doing this, you can just mash to punish it, right?
yeah,
But if but then I have to mix it up and just do a full dash at that point, right?
yeah. I think I think he said after that, once they figure that out, just you know, counter or something.
So everything
Or
is a mix. At a high level, everything is a mix. So you need to learn how to get in. You need to learn multiple ways on how to get in. You need to learn multiple ways of defense because you don't want to learn one way because people will start predicting you. You want to change, you want to have multiple ways of doing things just so you're not being predicted. I have multiple ways of pushing you. I have multiple ways of applying defense because if I do the same thing, you're just going to read me eventually, right? So I have to change it up. That's another thing that makes someone a top player is that they have multiple ways of pushing and they have multiple ways of applying pressure and they have multiple ways of having defense.
uh,
Does that make sense? Because if
yeah,
you have one way of applying pressure and one way of applying defense and you only stick to those, you're going to be easy to read. Make sense?
yeah,
So I'm constantly mixing up the way I push you and I'm constantly mixing up the way I apply defense too. And that's why it's not hard. It's hard for you to get in, and it's hard for you to defend me because I'm pushing you multiple ways. Sometimes I'll do that. Sometimes I'll do this, or I'll do that. Right. So it's like right. Or I can just another thing is a lot of times you don't have to even double dash. You can just do this and then move closer. So that's three ways of applying pressure I just showed you. So is
Can you
this
do it again? I was feeding my son, bro.
feeding the sun? All
that,
right. So look. So I just basically was just saying y'all need to have multiple ways of applying pressure and multiple ways of applying defense.
Hmm.
So when I apply pressure, I do it typically in three ways. I have multiple ways, more than three ways, but these are the main three ways, right? So it's this, and it's this,
Okay.
right? And if I mix it up, it's gonna be harder to predict. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
yeah.
you definitely do that.
Another thing you need to start doing more is the guard break tech. So block
I was about to.
that shit.
I
Two
know some.
chakra
Okay, so
circuits
I
and a
know
dash
some
chakra
people
circuit.
have instant guard breaks, and some people have like you have to like attack once or
Yeah, it
twice.
just depends on the shuriken. Like Naruto shuriken, if you did that, it wouldn't work because he has a Fuma shuriken. But if you have Momoshiki shuriken, then it's gonna work.
Yeah, my
Momoshiki.
Obito, bro, the Rampager Obito, you can do 2 hits and chakra dash and chakra circuit into the break too,
So
or like
Momoshiki
one more hit.
Shuriken is like pains, isn't it? Or
Yeah,
that's
so
just
when you're on guard, always try to go for the guard break tech. But a lot of people are starting to catch on. So what they do is they just stop blocking when you throw the shuriken, and they block again when you start mashing.
oh, okay.
Hey,
Does
yo,
that make
come
sense?
on,
Like
bro.
when someone
Yeah.
when you're on their guard, they'll just stop blocking.
Yeah.
When you throw the shuriken, and they'll keep blocking. Does that make sense? So if someone does that, you have to be able to predict these things. There's a lot of layers to this, which is why you need multiple ways of guard pressure. You know, so you can
Hmm.
switch it up. Because all this game is tic tac toe. And if you don't have multiple ways, you're always picking scissors, or you're always picking rock, or you're always picking paper. Does that make sense?
Yeah, 2 different games, but yeah.
Is that so? This is Storm at a higher level. Just literally having multiple ways of pushing, having multiple ways of running, and playing paper rock scissors on both.
Hmm.
Yeah, I know for defense, you can completely go on defense. You could do offense for defense, or switching. What? Why do I say switching? jutsu buffering. And then there's some characters with projectiles like Sadara. No, not Sadara. Yeah, Sadara, who can keep a good distance. Sarada? Yeah, Sarada, who can keep a good distance.
Yeah. Yeah. You do got multiple ways of getting in.
Yeah, so do you need me to teach you? Or you just want to play?
Let's play.
All right, let's play. I guess you got the lesson from him.